Hi, Andy Evans here, podcast 53, Aevo guitars. Just do a quick update on this build that I'm doing at the moment. I think you've seen this in the last podcast that I did. It's a semi-hollow electric guitar. So I've done the F-hole, I've routed a pickup cavity, a neck cavity. I've started on the control cavity, haven't finished it yet. Carved the front, it's quite nice. It's not the same as a Les Paul, but it's going to be slimmer than a Les Paul. So it's got a quite nice carve going on, nice and smooth, bit of curly maple. So I'll just put the neck in its slot, show you what it's going to look like. Okay, nice tight join there. So that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. Haven't decided on the colour yet. I've been thinking about different types of colours, you know, and I quite like this aged Scotch, I think we call it. It's like an orangey colour. I might just do it natural though, because it's quite a nice bit of wood. It looks like a sort of violin colour when you put lacquer on it, you know. And I've got mahogany on the back, which will come out quite nice. So if you've got any ideas on colours, leave me a message below what you think it should be. I'm not going to go for a blue colour or anything like that, or green, because I've got green guitars. Blue is difficult to do on this because it's dark. It'll end up like a greeny colour. So it's going to be either a tobacco, sunburst, natural, or sort of an orangey type sunburst, you know, orangey, maybe a bit, I think like the old yellow, orange, black sunburst, maybe. I'm not sure, or maybe just natural. So the other news is I've got some inlays on the way. I've had a logo designed from a guy in Vietnam, Andy he's called, and he's making me some gold mother of pearl inlays, Aevo. Very nice. They're on the way, and white mother of pearl. So that'll be quite nice, inlaying some logos in the headstock, you know. So yeah, if you need some inlays, get in touch with Andy on the internet. Andy Luthier Supplies. Okay, nice little tip for you. I still haven't bought a press drill, bench press drill. If you're making guitars, it's quite a handy tool to have. You can get by without them, but it's quite handy because it's everything you drill is at a perfect 90-degree angle, you know. So nice little tip here. I need to drill the holes for the posts in the body, and obviously they need to be straight. They can't be at an angle like this, you know. So nice little tip: get a square edge, draw a line down it. Well, get a piece of wood first. Nice square piece of wood. Do a line down it with your square. Put that on your body. Hit your drill, and then if you press this. You put the camera down a little bit so you can see what's going on. If you put this on your body where you need to drill, and put your drill against that line, keep it flush against the piece of wood and keep it on the line, drill, you should get a nice straight hole. So that's what I've been doing at the moment, and I do need to get a bench press drill, but I haven't got around to that, so that's the next thing I'll be doing. So this is on its way. Okay, I was actually thinking about mahogany the other day. When I made guitars 35 years ago, we used a lot of maple for the necks. And maple's a very hard wood. But one thing I've realised, because I strung up a guitar, one of my guitars the other day, mahogany might be softer than maple, but it's very stiff. Quite like it actually, because it's easy to work with. It's also very stiff, and you don't get much when you tune it up. The neck hardly moves. It's very hard and stiff. Maple moves more, you know, so you've got to counteract it with your truss rod. So it's one thing I've discovered. Correct me if I'm wrong, leave me a comment below, but I've got a feeling maple is bendier, if that's the correct word, bendier than mahogany. So I've got some more flame maple that I'll be making some necks out of, but I'm quite into the mahogany thing now because it's very stable and it's stiff, so I can rely on, I can sort of make guitars and know exactly how much it's going to move, you know, where the maple sort of bends a little bit more. So that's one thing I've discovered. The other thing I discovered recently was Coil split pickups. My ex-boss was one of the first guys to invent them. He was one of the pioneers, you know, Gordon Smith, or Gordon Whitten from Gordon Smith Guitars. He was a partner with John Smith. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, but Gordon created the coil split pickup. He was one of the first guys to do it. And they also do the coil tapping. I don't know if he invented coil tapping, but apparently he's one of the first guys to do coil splitting, or a pioneer in it anyway. So other news is I've been repairing this Epiphone Sheraton. It took a tumble. Long story short, it got thrown out of a two-storey window on the cap down tube, and the heel broke. I've repaired the heel. I've just touched it up at the moment. It's been repaired with polyurethane glue, which expands into the end grain, which is very good. I've just touched it up with a bit of ink actually at the moment. I need to get some colour, so I can tint for my lacquer, so I can blend this in a bit better. What I need to do, the fingerboard is coming away from the mahogany. Actually it's a maple neck, that's why it didn't crack here. But the fingerboard's coming away from the maple neck, and I don't want to pull the fingerboard off, but I want to get glue down there. And it's just coming away slightly, you know. So a good tip for you is get some feeler gauges, buy some feeler gauges. You must know what feeler gauges are. It's for them, normally for measuring gaps on cars, you know, on spark plugs and things like that. So pick up a cheap set of feeler gauges, have some acetone by hand, get some acetone, and araldite. You want the heavy duty araldite 2-part epoxy, the slow setting stuff, and a heat gun. And what you can do, take everything off, your fingerboard, your neck, and basically you mix the glue, get your feeler gauges, put the glue here, heat it a little bit if you're in a cold country, it goes really runny, heat it with the heat gun, and then get your feeler gauges and get like a minute feeler gauge, and put the feeler gauge in the gap basically. And that's a good way of getting glue into something that's really difficult to get into, like a little crack. You know, you get a tiny little feeler gauge, you get your 2-part epoxy. I'd like to use araldite, the old heavy duty stuff, not the fast straying stuff. The old heavy duty 24-hour stuff is the best stuff. Put in your feeler gauge, heat it up, and you'll get it into the crack, and that'll work a treat. And then clamp it up, and you're away, and Bob's your uncle, as they say in Manchester. So this is an Epiphone Sheraton 2. I think it's made in Korea or something in the 80s. Quite a nice looking thing. So I'm going to just renovate it a little bit, put some nice new tuners on, new bridge. So stay tuned for that. I can't think of anything else at the moment. Thanks for watching, and press the subscribe button, or leave me a comment below, or do both. Thanks for watching. See you next time.